If you've ever performed before and had that sinking feeling of, man, I should have practiced more, or you've beaten yourself up because you've practiced a ton, but you forgot everything you practiced once it's performance time.
You all right? Can't play.
So I'm going to tell you a bunch of things to avoid, especially when it comes to preparation for a performance. There are actually things that I have done to prepare for a performance that actually ended up hurting my performance rather than helping it. So I think that's going to surprise you. That one is toward the end of the video, so stick around so that you can get all of the knowledge and that you can be smarter than me. Don't learn the hard way. Learn from my mistakes. If you're new here, hi, my name is Katie. I am a private music teacher. I have been doing so since 2008. I've been musically performing since I was a child. I have served on worship teams for over 20 years, and I also have a degree in education. So here are a few things that I've learned about learning and performing. Number one, of course, is obvious, is not practicing consistently before your performance. You can make a master plan all you want, but you need to realistically think, how can I protect my energy to make sure I can prepare well? And that will mean that you will have to say no to some good things so that you can say yes to the best things. Instead, look ahead, block out the time, and see how much time you realistically have to prepare. Make sure that you are protecting and guarding that time, because it's one thing to schedule something, it's another thing to actually do it. Two is not having a practice space. If you have a place where you can practice, it has everything that you need, all of the materials, you are more likely to practice and hold to that schedule that you made from point number one. According to surveys by companies such as tracking, tag companies, insurance firms, the average person spends 17 hours a year looking for lost items. The point is that you don't want to burn all of your precious time and energy looking for lost stuff. Don't let those 17 hours a year be wasted on spending trying to find all of the stuff that you need to practice. So if you have a set practice spot, set yourself up for success. It's going to be able to make you practice more consistently. Preparation mistake number 3 is not taking advantage of mini performances. Many people are terrified of performing, or they want to, but they're so nervous that they psych themselves out, then they either freeze or they don't do it at all. So how do we get over the fear of performance, or how do we actually practice for a larger performance? Take advantage of mini performances. Now I have a little story here. I was getting ready to perform for NAMM, and that's National Association of Music Merchants. And I asked a friend of mine, hey, can you just sit and listen to me? And he said, hey, Katie, I hate to break it to you, but at NAMM, no one is going to really pay attention to you, because if you're just singing and playing at a booth, you're really just background music. There are literally hundreds of performers there, and there's going to be so many people performing. People are just going to walk by, smile, and like whatnot. No one's going to stop and listen to you. So I thought, like, okay, I guess I don't need to prepare even more mini performances for this whole thing. Well, I got to my booth and I started to set up. Pretty soon there was a sizable crowd around this booth, and I froze. I got so nervous, because I wasn't prepared for it. I just mentally, physically, spiritually, anything. I just wasn't prepared for it. Musically, I felt prepared, but I was just so overwhelmed that I just ended up freezing. And I did okay, but I just shut my eyes the whole entire time and played because I didn't want to look at anybody. That was really hard. That was a really hard performance. And I think the other people, the people in the audience could sense just how nervous I was. And in my head, I was. Then I took a deep breath and just said, okay, tomorrow's another day. I have another performance at a different booth. And I nailed it. So maybe that other performance, that blunder, was a good practice for me, because the next day, I nailed my set.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
And I was really proud of myself for that. Sad that I didn't do well in front of that crowd that was gathering around to watch me sing and play. That was really embarrassing. The thing is that I didn't take advantage of the mini performances. My friend meant totally well. He was just trying to prepare me for something, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I should have just listened to my intuition and just said, you know what? Do the mini performances. Just get used to performing in front of anybody. For example, choose people that love you and that you trust, in front of a family member, in front of a friend. Just maybe one person, then 2 people. After that, maybe play an open mic, 1 song. That's it, low pressure. And then after that, play 2 songs. A great place, I just thought about this, is also assisted living homes and nursing homes. So many of the people that are living there love music, and music is healing. So look for small performance opportunities to build yourself up to a bigger one. I didn't realize that I was doing this that was actually hurting me, and that is over practicing. There's actually a reduced benefit to practicing too much, and it's called the law of diminishing returns. And studies have shown that long, intense, unbroken sessions of practice is usually inferior to distributed practice, like shorter sessions spaced over time. So I would just practice and practice and practice and just get so into my head. I wouldn't break things into small chunks. I would just bombard my schedule and bombard my mind, just not give it time to actually rest and think about what I was doing. Really, I just ended up not retaining much during my practice sessions. And so when it came to performance, it was like I didn't practice at all. I forgot it all. So in other words, long, intense practice sessions doesn't always equal better. It's about quality rather than quantity. Instead, try the Pareto principle, where you focus on a task for a set amount of time, take a short break, and then practice again. This allows your brain to internalize what you've practiced, and it's less stressful. So if you're in that spot, instead of thinking more, do less but better. Now, this last one that was actually hurting me rather than helping me is forgetting my why. My problem in the past, and sometimes even now, is that I want validation. When I realized that this is not about me, and my worth is not about performance, and that it's about encouraging others and pointing to the one who gave me these gifts, suddenly the music now has purpose and meaning. I once heard Wynton Marsalis say, "Those who play for applause, that's all they get." So in other words, if you outsource your worth to just people liking you, you're basing your worth on something that is constantly changing. And that's a really frustrating way to live because people change on a dime. When I'm too internally focused, when my eyes are not fixed on the Lord, I forget my why. That's actually when I perform the worst. The Bible says, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for human masters, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving." There are so many mistakes that I've made while preparation, and then there are also some practice mistakes, like some logistical things that I've worked out that have really helped me iron out, like actually how to practice. And I've also taught a lot of my students a methodical way to practice. Let me know if that's something that you would like to know. If you want another video about that, I would love to know what helps you focus and to be able to perform at your best. Leave that in the comment section because that is my favorite part of YouTube. It's you. Okay, remember, your worth is not in what you do. You are loved just as you are. Bye.